Good morning, my dear students. In this class, I am going to talk about hexagonal close packed structure. This is the closest packed structure among all the packing systems. These figures show the atomic arrangements in hexagonal close packed structure. This is represented as a pictorial form in the middle of this figure. It has three different layers. The top layer has 7 atoms, bottom layer is also having 7 atoms, mid layer has only 3 atoms. Out of these 7 atoms in the top layer, 6 corner atoms are there, 1 face center atom is there. In similar way, bottom layer also has 6 corner atom and 1 face center atom. These 3 atoms inside the unit cell is in between the top and bottom layers. Here in this unit cell, we are going to see what is the total number of atoms present in the unit cell, coordination number, atomic radius, cell volume and packing factor. When you look into the total number of atoms present in the unit cell, if you see this unit cell like this, it has top layer has 7 atoms. The corner atoms will contribute only 1/6 of this atom to this particular unit cell, because this corner is common. This corner atom is common to 6 unit cells. So only 1/6 of the unit cell is contributed to this particular unit cell. In similar way, the face center atom is always common to 2 adjacent faces. So only 1/2 of this atom is contributing to this particular unit cell. So 6 into 1/6 plus 1/2, which is equal to 1.5 atoms are contributing from this layer to this particular unit cell. In similar way, bottom layer also has 1.5 atoms to this particular unit cell. Whereas mid layer has 3 atoms. These 3 atoms are one atom of this particular unit cell. So in total, there are 6 atoms present in this unit cell. When we talk about the coordination number, it is the number of nearest neighboring atom to a particular atom in the atomic structure, the packing structure. So if you take this 3 layers, one is A layer. In the previous case, we have seen it as a top and bottom layer, and 2 B layers, which are the mid layers. So if you take the adjacent 2 unit cells, so one of the top layer is behaving as a bottom layer of the other of the unit cell. So if you take the center atom as the reference atom, it has 6 nearest neighbors in that particular layer, and 3 nearest neighbors which is in B layer in the top of the A layer, and 3 nearest neighbor in the bottom layer which is below the A layer. So in total, 6 plus 3 plus 3, there are 12 atoms which are touching the particular reference atom which is in the center of the A layer. So 12 is the coordination number of the hexagonal close packed structure. When we talk about atomic radius and volume of the atom, these are the important factors to find the packing factor of the hexagonal close packed structure. If we take only bottom layer or any top layer, it has 6 corner atoms and 1 face center atom. This 6 corner atom makes this hexagon. It has 6 equilateral triangle. Let us consider AB alone, which is side of the hexagon. The side of the hexagon is A, which is otherwise 2 times the radius of the atom. So 2r is equal to A, hence r is equal to A by 2. In order to find the volume of the atoms, first we should know what is the volume of the atom. Since it is a spherical shape, we can say the volume of the atom is 4/3 pi r cube. By substituting the value of r, which is equal to A by 2 in this equation, you can get 4/3 pi A by 2 whole cube. Hence the volume of one atom is equal to pi A cube by 6. Since there are 6 atoms present in the unit cell, as we have seen in the previous slide, The total volume of the atoms present in the unit cell is pi a cube. Keep it in mind, it is very important to find the packing factor. And next, we are going to see the volume of the unit cell. So the volume of the unit cell, it is a hexagonal structure. It is area of the hexagon into height of the hexagon. This gives you volume of this unit cell. So this hexagon is having 6 equilateral triangles. If you know the area of the equilateral triangle, one equilateral triangle, if you multiply it by 6, you can get the area of the hexagon. And then C is the height of this unit cell. You can multiply it by C, and finally you can get the volume of the unit cell. So area, if you want to find the area of the unit cell, area of the equilateral triangle, you can take this one portion of the equilateral triangle ABO, and from which you can find, there is a formula to find the area of the equilateral triangle, which is equal to root 3 by 4 a square. This picture shows you how the formula has come. This is OAB is equal to 0.5 into AB plus OP. This is the actual method to find the area of the triangle. Half into AB into AO sine 60 degree. Half into A sine 60 degree, which gives you root 3 by 4 into A square. If you substitute this value in this formula, V unit is equal to 6 times area of equilateral triangle into root 8 by 3, which is another important relation. C by A, the ratio, actual ratio, you can say that it is equal to root 3 by A. So C can be written as root 8 by 3 into A. Hence, the volume of the unit cell becomes 3 into root 2 A cube, if you substitute all this value in the formula. And then axial ratio. In order to find the axial ratio, if you take 1/3 of the unit cell here, you can see JK, L, M. That is, M is the mid layer atom, JK, L is the bottom layer atoms. And now, if you take the inner figure, this triangle JK, M, L, then Jm is equal to Jk is equal to 2R, which is equal to A. So from this triangle, Jm square, which is equal to, if you consider this H and take JMH right angle triangle, then Jm square is equal to JH square plus MH square. Jm square is A square and MH is half of the height of the hexagon. So you can say that it is C by 2 the whole square. And then we have to find out what is JH. In order to find the JH, we can draw a triangle like this. JH, that is L, this is K. And now you can see this is JH is separating the triangle into two part, equilateral triangle, and then it becomes 30 degree. Then you can say cos 30 degree is equal to the adjacent side, which is A by 2 divided by JH, which is equal to root 3 by 2. A by 2, that is cos 30 degree is equal to root 3 by 2. So if you equate this, you can find JH is equal to A divided by root 3. If you substitute this JH value in the previous equation, A square is equal to A by root 3 whole square plus C by 2 whole square, then it becomes C by A, which is equal to square root of 8 by 3, which is otherwise 1.633. It is the famous relation of the axis. Here A equal to B. Then there are three axes A, B, C. For hexagonal closed packed structure, A is equal to B but not equal to C. So A, there is a ratio between C and A, which is 1.633. And then finally, we should come to atomic packing factor. We have found the volume of the unit cell and we have found the volume of the atom, and hence the total volume of the atoms present in the unit cell also we have found in the previous cases. Hence you can substitute those values here in this formula. Atomic packing fraction is equal to N into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by volume of the unit cell. So here N is the total number of atoms present in the unit cell, and V is the volume of the unit cell. You can substitute the value n. 6 times 4 by 3 pi. R value also has been substituted here, a by 2 whole cube divided by 3 root 2 a cube. Then it becomes pi a cube divided by 3 root 2 a cube. A cube get cancelled, so pi by 3 root 2 it becomes 0.7405, which means 74% of the unit cell is packed with atoms and the remaining 26% volume is voids. So this is the highest packing factor among all these packing systems, or either simple cube or body center, face center, and hexagonal closed packed structure. Face center cube also is having the packing factor of 0.74. These both are the equal packing factor. So these two are the closest packing systems. So with this, I shall conclude this class. I hope all of you students, you might have understood properly. And we will see in the next class about the relation between other packing factors. Thank you so much. Bye bye.